Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a local tow truck driver had one of his trucks stolen from his property, but was later found burnt to a crisp. Plus, we will bring you the story of members of the Kansas City Veterans hockey team who walked for miles to share one very important message. And of course, today is one of the busiest shopping days of the year. We share tips and tricks to keep your information safe.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:30 on December 2nd. I'm Madison Program, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. So we're starting December off on the right way. Maybe some little snow flurries falling in some parts of the area. Let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, you've received pictures in this morning of snow falling in places.
We just put those on social media. Kelly McShane is behind the scenes this morning, so she's helping out with that, and we'll also get some of those, try to get them on the air here in the next little bit. But of course, we're working on current conditions this morning. Let's take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar here at 6:30, and you see more blue taking over than green and pink at this point. So again, seeing more snowflakes starting to fall across the area. We're also seeing lots of active alerts. Winter weather advisory out for a lot of folks until later today and tonight. Winter storm warnings in effect for Letcher and Harlan counties, over into Wise County, Virginia as well. 32, maybe 33, the magic number there, but you see that in Pikeville, Wise, Harlan, Somerset, and Williamsburg this morning, also at Jackson. So again, we're already seeing some snow in some locations this morning, touching the grass and the cars, colder surfaces, anywhere between 13 and 23 degrees colder, actually 24 degrees colder this morning than it was this time yesterday. A little extra on the coffee meter just because it's Monday. And it's a new month though, so that's kind of cool. Take a look at the 12-hour planner. Not a whole lot of movement today, so just be careful on those roads. They'll either be wet or slick all day long. Madison?
Thank you, Brandon. Well, gone right before his eyes, a local hazard tow truck driver had one of his trucks stolen from his property. Shortly after it was taken, the truck was found burnt to a crisp. WYMT's Lauren McCourt talked with the owner, who says it broke his heart to see something he worked so hard for gone.
Starting from the ground up.
Basically my life. I work here 7 days a week, day and night.
Ishmael Kamor is constantly working at the company he started almost 22 years ago.
We do towing and we do body works, frame works, we do mechanical works.
As a tow truck driver, Ishmael receives calls all the time asking him to pick up damaged vehicles. But recently, he got a call for a pickup that hit too close to home.
And he said, I believe one of your trucks caught fire right here. Immediately I get out the porch, I seen the one arm was missing.
Found close to Yellow Creek in Perry County.
Nothing left basically.
A $50,000 truck completely damaged.
I'm not lying, I cry. I cried. That was a equipment. We work so hard for that kind of equipment, you know. You don't buy something like that every day.
Working for years to pay off the tow truck Ishmael was so proud of.
You working all the time, you invest, you know. And believe me, we work whole summer for that truck. We were so proud.
All that is now left is just scrap metal. In Hazard, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Ishmael says he is offering a cash reward for anyone who provides information leading to the arrest of the person who did this. And officials from the Laurel County Sheriff's Department say a deputy tried to help a man under the influence of alcohol, but instead he fought back. Deputies arrested Bernard Ellison of London Thursday night. When an EMS attempted to help Ellison, officials say he began cursing and allegedly assaulted a crew member. Officials say a deputy had to take him to the hospital where he created a disturbance there. When released, Ellison was charged with terroristic threatening and alcohol intoxication, among other charges. And 4 teens are on the run right now after escaping from jail in Nashville. And 2 of those teens are murder suspects. Here they are: Derekus Wright, Morrison Marsh, Brandon Carruthers, and Calvin House. Apparently, they were on the work detail at Metro Nashville Juvenile Detention Center Saturday night when their night staff supervisor let them break up a fight inside. That's when they got onto an elevator, got to the ground floor, and ran out. Police say all 4 of them should be considered dangerous. And 11 people were shot on Canal Street in New Orleans early Sunday morning, leaving 2 in critical condition, according to New Orleans police. Authorities say the shooting occurred around 3:25 a.m. local time. 5 victims were taken to University Medical Center, and the other 5 were taken to Tulane Medical Center. An 11th victim later brought themselves to the hospital, and the conditions of the other victims are not known. And it was a big day in Michigan yesterday. Recreational marijuana is officially on sale. And as you can see, the lines were long, and business owners says this is something they have been working towards for years, and customers hope it's just the beginning. Just last year, Michigan voted to make the state the 10th in the country to sell recreationally. In total, the state issued 18 licenses to help make it happen, including to growers and processors. And it is a life and death struggle for members of the armed forces. Even when the fight is over, they are back at home. Members of a Kansas City veterans hockey team walked for miles to share one very important message. Greg Payne reports.
They move silently, but their message is loud and clear.
A lot of us, the war doesn't stop when we leave.
It's what Chris Landis calls the war at home.
Depression, anxiety, PTSD for those who have it. That's the silent war that we fight.
A difficult fight that is often lost. On average, about 22 veterans commit suicide each day.
I've lost multiple friends to the war at home, and I was almost a victim myself.
Which is the reason Chris Landis started the 22 for 22 hike. A 22-mile journey for those who've lost that fight and those continuing to fight it.
You remember who you fought next to, who the left and the right were, the names, the faces.
It's also a challenge of endurance for these veterans.
I'm exhausted, but you know, I do it for the people who can't be here.
Yeah!
And even when their tired legs thought it was over,
What's up, dude?
the most important part and the journey's hidden message came to light.
We got 2 more guys. We all got to stay here until they get here.
Stay there.
You must be exhausted, but you're still walking back.
Yes, sir.
A test of their willingness to overcome as a unit and as a family.
I'm here because I haven't stopped walking yet, and nothing's gotten too tight. Come on now. You're almost there, baby.
Tons of traffic coming on your back.
Proud of you, dude.
Oh, this hurts.
I know. I'm proud of you. We're all waiting on you.
And those are the key components to winning the main battle, the war at home. Reporting in Belton, I'm Greg Payne for KCTV5 News.
Well, yesterday marked 64 years since Rosa Parks was arrested after she refused to give up her seat on the bus for a white man. A moment that would go down in history, a moment that would make her one of the major symbols of the civil rights movement. Now a statue of her stands in downtown Montgomery, and it was just unveiled yesterday on the anniversary. It is 30 feet from the spot where she's believed to have boarded the bus. Park died in 2005. She was 92 years old. And this year saw the biggest Black Friday ever with a whopping $7.4 million spent. That's in addition to the $4.2 billion shoppers dropped on Thanksgiving Day. Spending habits are changing though. 43% more consumers than last year bought merchandise online and picked it up in stores. $2.9 billion of this year's holiday sales have come from purchases made using smartphones. Small Business Saturday saw $470 million in sales by 9 a.m. Saturday morning. One reason for the spending spike in this year's late Thanksgiving is giving consumers fewer days to shop before Christmas. And if you aren't shopped out already, don't forget today is Cyber Monday. It is one of the biggest shopping days of the year, but the Better Business Bureau wants to remind everyone, even online shopping has risk. The BBB warns that scammers are well aware of that, and they say to watch out for false advertising and to keep a close eye on the web address on your browser. Scammers love to create lookalike websites and keep your antivirus software up to date. It can often detect non-secure websites and pop up finishing scams offering from online retailers can be misleading. You should price check before you buy, and Cyber Monday is forecast to generate $9.4 billion.
Be a good day to do some shopping online because outside it's kind of a mess this morning across the region. We're getting reports of snow coming in from several locations as temperatures continue to drop. You're seeing more blue than pink and green right now across the region. Buffalo Mountain, good coating there on the grass already. That's happened in the last hour and a half. We didn't have anything when we started at 5 o'clock, and you can see very low visibility across the region as well. Higher elevations seeing pretty good snow. Just got a picture in from Harlan just moments ago that's starting to see some snow in town there. Also, you see temperatures temperatures getting closer to that freezing mark there across most of the region. So temperatures will tell the tale. Also, northwest winds are cranking this morning. 18-mile-an-hour wind right now in Monticello, 10 in Jackson and Hazard, over toward Logan, Prestonsburg. So your out-the-door forecast is going to feature a little bit of everything today. Temperatures will stay steady right there in the low to mid 30s, and we could see rain, snow, winter mix. Be careful on the roads both today, this afternoon, and tonight. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon. We will have stories trending on WYMT.com next. And thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. And coming up, 2 Australian farmers are reaping the benefits of what began as a mere hobby nearly 20 years ago, and their profits may shock you.